So welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Churchill's Boxing Gym. And with me now, I've got Michael Ramabeletsa. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing well, thanks, pal. How are you doing?
Honestly, it's lovely to have you on, mate. Yeah,
Uh,
just well chuffed to have you on. Just looking through your record and stuff like that. And like I was saying to you just before we came on, you're one of those guys that's happy to have a fight with anyone. You know, you've been in with undefeated people, and shocked them at the same time. And you've been in again. You've just been in all walks of life and gone for every title that's come along. And hats off to you, mate. That's a real credit to you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
But
It's just hard work and believe in yourself, and or whatever. Even the decision comes other way around, but it's something that never turn my confidence down, and I always just okay, whatever happens for a reason. But we always stay focused on wherever I'm chasing.
yeah, no, definitely. But was it 38 fights now? 18 wins, 8 knockouts.
Yeah,
It's you've been doing it a while now, mate. To be honest, 2008. I
I've
think you
been
made
doing
your debut.
it a long time. It's crazy. Actually, I'm grateful. Actually, God just saved me not to break down in my body and all kind of things. And look, I just make sure that I look after myself, and I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen it over the years, haven't we, with other boxers who haven't looked after themselves so much.
Yeah,
It catches up with you, doesn't it? It does
yeah,
catch up with you.
she's up with you because boxing it's something that you have to sacrifice. As long as you know why you're doing it, you don't do it just to shine and show people this is what I've got, this is what I'm doing, and then you're in the wrong sport. So I'm one person. I don't compare myself with anybody. I do what I think it makes me happy, and that's why maybe I'm still in the sport, because I never do it for to show anybody. It says, hey, this is me, this is what I'm doing, this is what I've got, whatever it may be. No.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I always watch a lot of your fights, and always at the start, the commentator always turns around and goes, "This is going to be a tough night for their opponent," and they always say it when you're fighting, because you're one of those guys that always fights with your heart on your sleeve. You
Yeah,
always go give 100%. You always go into a fight 100%,
yeah,
and it's going to be a tough night for whoever it is, isn't it?
100%. And I'm it's gonna be a tough night, definitely. When it's gonna be a tough night for sure.
Well, yeah, as I say, 2008 it all began, but if we zoom forward, 2017 was your first title shot,
Yeah,
for the English title.
yeah,
Josh Kennedy,
just
which you just lost out on. I know they're always a bit controversial with the old split
yeah.
decisions.
He obviously that one. He knows. It's boxing. He knows that he lost it, and he was on the floor twice. But they make it split decision. You know how it is. If you don't sell tickets sometimes, or you don't take them out, I always knew that if I don't stop him, they may give it to him.
Yeah. We see it a lot, don't we?
Yeah,
Unfortunately, we see it a lot. You know,
yeah.
home fighters or anything along those lines. If someone's got a title already, or they're the fan favorite, should we say? It's very difficult, isn't it, for
Very,
another guy to come in and get that?
very,
But
very difficult. Yeah, it's very, very difficult. It's just that it's a shame people who don't really know boxing inside. They only go and look at the record. They're thinking, "Oh, this guy. So what is he doing? Getting battered all the time." So, like I always says, if I was losing the fight or maybe getting battered on the fight, probably I should have retired long time ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, and then you had another punt, 23rd of September 2017 against Ashley Lane.
yeah,
Another close call, Commonwealth title.
yeah,
But
exactly.
but to be fair, to go from the English in what, March,
Yeah,
and then to go straight for the Commonwealth in September, just shows, you're not in there for these warm up fights. You're not
yeah,
in there for having a tune up fight ready to go again. You just thought, I've got the opportunity. Let's give it a go.
yeah. Because it may come once or it may not come again. So I always listen. this opportunity comes, why not? And Steve Goodwill here, he helped me a lot, and he delivered everything that he had. I mean, the time he was managing me, things that he promised that before we signed the contract, he delivered everything. And every opportunity comes, I was always make sure that I'm grabbing with both hands.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at a loss as a real difficulty, but you seem to take a loss, learn from it, and move on to the next, and keep on going, because then your opportunity did come up. 17th for the 11th 2018 against Ryan Walker. And what a winning style. For the English title. Finally gets it.
Finally get it. Yeah, exactly. That's why
that must have been a moment.
Amazing. God, it was just amazing feeling, for working all these years, and finally we get that opportunity to become a champion and open more doors for whatever I've been chasing.
Yeah. It's well, as you say, some people go through their entire career coming out with no title at all. Loving their career. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's got a different ambition. Everyone's got a different target, haven't they? Everyone's pushing for something.
Sorry, just calling
right.
you. Yeah.
Everyone's pushing for something. Everyone's in it for a different reason, aren't they? So
yeah. They've got their own different reasons to do the sport, and that's how it is.
Yeah. But 15th for the 12th 2019. I tell you, you crammed a lot in that space of time. It was probably 3 or 4 years where you just solidly went into the tough ones, chasing those belts. Let me see if I can get the name right. Is it Joe Echo?
Oh yeah.
Win on points for the central area. A lot of people love that belt. For me, English, central area, Commonwealth, British, they're the titles, that not the British so much, but the English and the central area really get overlooked now. But I think they're really prestigious.
Yeah, when you get those ones, that's the old school ones, until you get to the big fights. That's why you have to shows that, okay, fine, I've cleaned it up on this, and then this is where I'm at. That's how, getting that, I was happy to win that belt anyway in a different, I mean, it was a super feather. So yeah, it was great to get that opportunity. And that's Kevin Murray give me that opportunity. It was amazing.
Yeah, as I say, like we were saying earlier, you don't shy away from stuff. You even went in for the WBC International Super Bantamweight title, which was vacant at the time, against Chris Bourke. Tough fight, because he's a tough guy.
It was would I say tough night? I don't know, but I think on that fight, because I was so confident with absolutely everything that I'm gonna stop Chris. You just said it happens. This COVID thing. It happens that my trainer was not allowed to come, and that it just done my head in, because we've done all the together, and we know what we're gonna do. So going to the corner with someone who was not there in the camp training you, it's so hard to adjust from it. So it was also it was playing in my mind that shit, my trainer won't be here. My trainer is not allowed to come because of maybe the COVID, because of last time he tested positive. The fight has to be postponed and all kind of things. So it was a things that was just working in my mind, and that's how it happened. But I was absolutely confident though that I'm gonna stop the kid, but it happens how it happens, and it's boxing, you know how it is.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, it's one punch. It can come down to a multitude of things, and as you say, if your mind's not
not in the place, no matter what, it doesn't matter how fit physically, but as long as mentally you're not ready, you definitely are not gonna do anything. So that was that night, because it was so hard to pull out. Already signed the big money, and this contract has been signed. It was just like, you know what? Let me go and do what I think I can do it. I don't care what's happening. So although even if I know, it's still playing in my mind. But I was like, you know what? This kid, let me just keep. I hope I'll remember what my trainer was saying, what we were working on. But when once you jump in there, and
Gone.
he's not there to, yeah, and he's not there to remind you on the
Yeah.
corner. So everything goes on the window, and then you just wanna, you know what? Fuck, let me go to fight, and that's where you're gonna put yourself in trouble. That's what happened.
Yeah, yeah. You almost think I'll just revert to what I know as opposed to what I've planned,
Yeah,
and that's two very different things,
that,
and it is.
exactly. You know,
Yeah,
so, yeah, and that's why after losing on Crease, I was like, I was motivated to go back training and push myself, because I always says if I got that punishment, probably I was gonna stop boxing. So
right.
it happens how it happens, and everything happens for a reason, and that's why I was like, okay, cool, it is what it is, and life goes on. Let me see what I can do and focus and keep pushing.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what? You're so chilled out for a guy that's been in tough fights. He's been in difficult situations and that sort of thing. And you just kind of look at stuff as, hey, I learn from it, I move on, and whatever comes along, I take it.
Yeah,
And that's such a good attitude for youngsters coming through, because there's so much pressure in boxing. You feel like you've got to hit the road running, and
yeah.
you've got to just keep going, and it's tough, isn't it? But like, what
Yeah,
advice would you give to like young lads coming through now? The
you know,
stuff you've been through.
the only I can give you to is just work with the right people, and do not doubt your decision. You know, do not just listen to what you get told. You know, sometimes we get told something, and you got this feeling that no, this is not right, just because of you being told by a manager or whoever told you, or you're just gonna do it. So you have to just listen to instant and do what's right for you. You come first more than anything. And if you're not too sure, go and speak to people you trust before
Yeah,
you take action. That's very, very important, because boxing is a tough game. You know,
yeah.
boxing
No,
is a tough game. Because most boxers, they don't have the confidence. That's what I know. There's no confidence on them to stand out and says, listen, I'm not gonna do this, I'm sorry. uh because for me, if let's say I get offered the fight, it says, hey Mike, this is the fight, they want to give you so much, and then you look at the fight, this is a tough fight, and the money doesn't make no sense, and it's a short notice, and I always say, listen, go back and tell them I can take the fight if they can offer so much. If ever they're gonna go and say, come back to me, says, no mate, listen, you're gonna have to, they can't do 1 2 3, man, that's too much. If it's too much for you, then it's not too much for me, then I'm sorry, I'm not gonna take it. Because I
mm,
turned down some fights because of the money was not making sense for me to take it. And it was even short, a very, very short notice, because I've done that before, where I had to take the fight with no choice. It was very, very hard with people I've worked with, but it was just a learning process by the time, because I didn't have absolutely no one to speak to, no support. I was on my own, but I had to use my brain, take my time, and suck it in, and go to the wall even if I don't want to. But I always knew why I'm doing it.
yeah,
And then I really get to the point that, you know what, listen, you can't tell me that shit anymore. I'll do what I think is right for me. That's it. If ever you're happy, fair enough. If you're not, then let's shake hands and life goes on. We no, I don't argue with anybody. We don't fight. It's life. My life comes first. His life comes first for him, for his family and all that. Whatever he's doing it for his family. He doesn't do it for you. He's in with you because of the business.
Yeah.
So that's how the boxer, they should just wake up and, you know, stand your ground, you know, do what's right for you.
Well,
I know, maybe upset a lot of managers or
no, no,
whatever
not at
coaches.
all. At the end of the day, Michael, you've been through it. You've
That
seen it firsthand.
in it, I've
You've
seen it all, and
you
that's
can only pass on your knowledge, can't you?
that's
That's all you can do.
and that's the only thing I can do. I can only help the young ones who are coming up, or the one who's still up there, but who are doing things they're not too sure why they have to do it because they're being offered certain things. This is boxing. Anything can happen. Your life can end in there. You know, sometimes you have to be careful what you're doing. 10,000 pound, it doesn't change your career. You know, after all kind of things, you have to make sure whatever you get, if they mention, make sure the money is right and that you 100% that is what you're being offered.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I work. So that's why if I was doing boxing because of maybe I'm chasing the money, I wanna probably, I don't know, I wouldn't even do it because I love the sport. I love boxing, you know, and it changed my life a lot. You know, I'm doing things that I'm doing because of boxing. You know, I've got my business that I'm doing outside because of boxing. You know, yeah, and again, when you're into boxing, don't just focus in boxing. Remember, boxing ends anytime. So
Yeah.
whatever you do, make sure that tomorrow you know what you're gonna do and that you save whatever you get from boxing to secure your life. You know,
Yeah.
so
No,
that's why
100%.
most people, yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm still in in the sport and do what I'm doing. People don't really understand why I am doing it, but that's why maybe I tend, even like recently, I don't want to talk about it, but I've been taking some fights that are being offered down because of it, that it didn't make sense for me to take them. You know, until I even decided to, like, you know what, I'm gonna manage myself. It is what it is, and kind of like maybe the way not too sure where I can do it, but you know, sometimes people that's one thing I want to tell people: do not judge the book by its cover. You know, do not judge the book by its cover. So I've managed to do what I'm doing, and I decided what I do, and you know, I've got all my choices because of I've grafted, I've worked hard,
Mhm.
you know, I went through a lot, but I had to do what I got to do. Today, I am my own boss. I do what I want whenever I want.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think because of how you've had your career, I think you're now in that position to be able to do it as well, haven't you? You know, you've learned that along the way, and it does come with learning, doesn't it? And
It
and
comes
and
with
making
learning.
mistakes and
Yeah, it makes the
all
mistake.
sorts.
You know, facing all these challenges straight to you. Those are kind of things, and how you deal with it, and how you approach those things. That's how my experience in boxing. It's amazing because this is what I'm gonna give back to the young ones. Uh, I'm gonna be in boxing forever, and I'm gonna help the young ones. I'm gonna be, because I know the game. I'm gonna be fair with how people has to treat other boxers. You know, because most boxers, we don't, there's no knowledge for, you know, about tomorrow, what's happening. You
Yeah,
know,
it's very
yeah,
true.
yeah. There's no knowledge about tomorrow. They just do it for now, and then tomorrow, you find out someone has depression, has nothing, doesn't know where to go. He was a champion, but you can't even tell. Those are kind of things. So, for me, I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring a lot to the table, and I'm gonna help a lot of kids. That I hope maybe they'll listen, and you know, they can do well.
Yeah, yeah, and I've got no doubt about that at all, Michael. Your passion for the sport, and as I say, your knowledge for the sport goes a long way, and that will go a long way to help people. And someone's just sent me a question saying, "What will you be doing once boxing has ended for you? What's going to be the next thing for Michael?"
Like now, I've got my managing license.
Okay,
Yeah, I've got my managing license. I'll be getting my training license, and I'm opening my own gym.
okay, cool.
Yeah, I've got other businesses that it's already on the pipeline. So this is I'm gonna put it here out there so that people, this is my company. This is my company as well. You know, this is real. This is my company. I've been working, underground for a very long time. That's why, you know, this is my company. So I've been working underground for very, very long time. So I've got a lot of things that I'm doing. That's why I said I'm going to be in boxing as well as I'll be pushing my business on the side.
Well, good for you, Michael. And as I say, what a career so far. 38 fights, 18 wins, 8 knockouts. Next fight coming up, Lewis Frimpong on the 17th of June at York Hall. It's going to be a cracker, mate.
It's gonna be a cracker. It's gonna be a cracker one. I'm looking forward to it. Lewis, he looks he's a good kid. He works hard. I can tell. But boxing needs experience, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I don't wanna say much about it, but I'm excited.
Don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, this fight. I think it's a fight that will inspire a lot of kids, or maybe people who are still in boxing, who still fighting, that never ever doubt yourself.
Yeah.
And never ever lie to yourself. Do the right things, work hard. Nothing will stop you to achieve anything.
No, no. And I think this is reflection of your career, and obviously the business that you've been doing on the side, and everything. I've got a guy that's just come in, Jamal. He's put making headgear. That's decent. Tell him to plug the link, and we'll share it online to push your gym. Anything you've got that needs sharing, Michael, send it our way, and we'll put it out there, mate. We want to get behind you and support you too.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot.
We admire people that really, work hard and push themselves to be the best they can be, but at the same time being so gracious and hardworking. And I just hope it all works out for you, mate, for you and your family.
Yeah, it means a lot, definitely. That's why in life, you have to humble yourself, work hard, never be cocky, because you never know what will happen around the corner tomorrow. So that's how I grew up. I've been told to respect others, and I do what's right for you and others. As long as you give respect to people, they'll respect you back. So those are kind of things that I'm always believe. I'm a big believer. So I always think I have to do what I think is right for me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Michael, you've done yourself proud, mate. As I say, we're making it sound like your career's finished, but it hasn't. But all I'm saying is, just up to this point, for someone who's the opportunities have come, they've taken the opportunity, whether it's gone in their favour or not. They've kept on going, and it's hard to pick yourself up after a defeat. It is hard to pick yourself up and dust yourself off, and you've proved that hard work pays off. And mate, I'm so chuffed for you that you're doing so well.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Hard work pays off 100%. Sometimes people will see you, maybe, like I said, they're gonna go and look at the record. Who is this guy? And they look, but there's people who know the truth, and there's always right people out there who will come and help you. There will always people who come and help you to push you forward on other things you do. I used to fight without sponsors. I used to, but of course the sponsors, they still support me even now. Those are kind of things. That's how it shows that when you work hard and you don't lie to yourself. Listen, there's a people who are gonna come and help you no matter what. I always put it out there. Said doesn't matter how long it takes or how hard it gets, but when the opportunity comes, it will come and nobody will stop it.
Yeah, we've just had, what a lovely guy. You've made a fan, and he said, bless blessing to you, mate. Blessing
Ah,
to you.
thank you.
But
So yeah,
yeah,
that's what I believe. Even now, I'm working with I'm working high school, and the high school with the kids, doing. So I have to play a role model to the young ones.
exactly.
Those I always, when I speak to the kids, it's like in life is, it has so many challenges, but doesn't mean whatever you face, it is gonna stop you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. As long as you associate yourself with the right people, that's the main thing. Because anybody can tell you whatever they feel like it's okay. As long as it's okay for them, it may not be okay for you. So you have to do what's okay for you.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'll tell you, you're gonna, if ever, you're gonna make a cracking teacher if anything else fails, mate. I'll tell you, because your advice and
Thank
your life skills, you'd go down a treat with kids. Because I'll tell you, kids don't get taught enough life skills, and
you.
you
100%.
can only teach it if you've been there and done it. And
Yeah.
hats off to you, Michael. And as I say, bring on Lewis Frimpong. I look forward to it. Hopefully, we
Um,
get to watch it. Is it being shown on anything?
I think he'll be showing up on YouTube. I think because I've been watching his fight. The way how they commentators, it seems like he'll be live on YouTube. So
Okay.
it may be on Goodwill YouTube. It may be
Okay.
live on Goodwill YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
cool. Well,
it's
hopefully we can tune in and
but
see you win that night.
I 100%. I see myself winning, and listen, I see myself winning. That's why, let me put it that way, Phil. But I'll I'll be definitely ready. It's a kid who's coming out. I've watched his last fight when he's fighting for area title. Obviously, he boxed a kid who he hasn't got experience. Who there's a there's a levels in boxing anyway. But listen, I'm looking forward to this because I believe he has a confidence and his team has a confidence in him because for them to offer the fight and a boxing board approve it, it's a final elimination featherweight for English title. It's amazing. And I get that opportunity where people were telling me, listen, champ, you're not going to fight for the title anymore. And then I said to them, listen, it's your opinion. And what your opinion doesn't make you right. So if that's what you believe in, okay, I respect that. That's okay. But doesn't mean I have to believe what you're telling me. I can only listen to it. But I'm one person. I don't take anything that I don't believe in. I'll do what I do. If ever opportunity comes, nobody will stop it. And when the boxing board approve, it says, listen, you got a final elimination for English title, and this one maybe lead to the British title. God is amazing, like I always says. God is amazing. If anything happens, it happens for a reason, and nobody can stop it.
Yeah. Well, I'm right with you there, mate. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm right with you. And yeah, I just wish you all the best
Ah,
for the 17th of June. Love to your family as well, mate. And as I
nice.
say, stay in touch, won't you? And
Yeah. So,
mate, I can't wait. I'll definitely be watching it. Any Michael's coming back for a title, so just watch out.
that's good.
Watch out.
That's good.
But you take care, Michael, and I'll
Thank
speak
you.
to you soon. Thanks for coming on.
I really appreciate that. Thank you, mate.
No problem. Thank you. God bless.
God bless.